Alright guys, let's talk everyone's favorite superhero. But seriously, have you ever met someone who doesn't like Spider-Man? If you have, well, maybe reconsider your friendship with them.
Oh!
Alright, I'm kidding, but I have a few reasons why Spider-Man will 100% take over the MCU and become the franchise's ultimate hero. Endgame was tragic. We lost Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, and honestly, we kind of lost the Hulk too. Sure, the head execs at Marvel are planning to restart the MCU timeline, but in the end, I'm pretty sure Spider-Man will come out on top, even if we do get a new set of heroes. Let's dive into why Spider-Man is the franchise's best hero to date, and how the future of the MCU rests on his shoulders. It goes without saying that Spider-Man has the best multiverse, probably in cinema history. Let's take a look at some of his best and why it spells his future as the MCU's ultimate hero. In 2018, Sony's Into the Spider-Verse changed the game, not only in terms of the superhero genre, but animation as a whole. Their incredible creativity and unique art style completely changed the game in modern animation, but it wasn't because they achieved lifelike character models and environments. In fact, they kind of went backwards. They adapted the comic book style that superhero fans know and love from Stan Lee's original Marvel stories. Some of the sequences even resemble 2D animated stylizations. It was groundbreaking, and competing studios were scrambling to keep up. Aside from their obvious strides in 3D animation that put them at the forefront of innovation, Into the Spider-Verse gave us what Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness couldn't. I don't know about you, but Multiverse of Madness was a huge disappointment for me. Sure, there were some good moments, but overall, disappointing. For a movie centered around the multiverse, we got, 2 minutes of actual multiversal experiences? I wanted to see Doctor Strange and the Scarlet Witch battle across dozens of dimensions, all while interacting with different versions of themselves and encountering worlds displaying how their lives could have been. Heck, WandaVision did a better job at that. Both Into the Spider-Verse movies gave us incredible looks at how different each Spider-Man can look in their respective dimensions. The character designs are immaculate, and everyone has a Spider-Man they can relate to and see parts of themselves in. After all, just as Stan Lee said, anyone can wear the mask. Plus, the twist at the end of Across the Spider-Verse where Miles meets an evil version of himself? Crazy. Multiverse of Madness could never. But even aside from Into the Spider-Verse, Tom Holland's multiversal movie was brilliant as well. Now, I want to discuss the obvious critique that so many fans have made about No Way Home. Would the movie have been as good without all the cameos? Honestly, probably not. The movie is one big cameo, but is that not a testament to the brilliance of the Spider-Man universe? I mean, what other superhero could center an entire movie around previous casts? I can't think of one. The Spider-Man universe was able to tie up 3 different adaptations of its hero into one film, establishing continuity across each one. That's pretty unheard of if you ask me. So what does this matter to the eligibility of Spider-Man as the MCU's ultimate hero? Well, it means that out of all the MCU heroes so far, Spider-Man has the most potential for expansion and diversity. Alright, I know for a fact you guys have your opinions about which Spider-Man films are best, but let's take a look at the data. Did you know that only one Spider-Man film to date has a rotten score on Rotten Tomatoes? Spider-Man 3 and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 are both considered the worst in the franchise, but the latter is actually the only one with a low score of 52%, while the other still maintains a 63%. The other movies, well, their scores are really well off. The original Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, other than Part 3, are within the 90s. Mark Webb's first Amazing Spider-Man sits at a 72, and all of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies have scores in the 90s as well. Of course, Sony's Miles Morales movies sit at an impossibly high score of 95 and 97%. So far, the MCU's Tom Holland movies have done best out of the 3 different versions of Spider-Man overall. But honestly, not by a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. This character has been done over and over again, like 4 times. But each time, the directors and actors have brought their own feel to the character, which is really what Spider-Man is all about. You'll often hear fans say, Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire is the best Peter Parker, while Tom Holland is the best of both worlds. And this is because they each gave their Spider-Man a completely different feel. Spider-Man is the MCU's ultimate hero because his films have had such a great track record in the past. Even the oldest of Spider-Man movies hold up to this day, and now they're actually canon. Marvel officially confirmed that Spider-Man isn't like every other hero. He is literally the moral fiber that holds the universe together. In issue number 637 of The Amazing Spider-Man, written by Joe Kelly, the main hero almost nearly kills the villain Kraven. However, just before he does, Julia Carpenter pulls him back and reminds him of his moral role in the Marvel Universe. Carpenter explains that Spider-Man is the moral heart of the Marvel characters. If he ever becomes a killer, the repercussions of his decisions will be unlike any other. Julia further explains that Spider-Man's morals are the reason there are other Marvel heroes in the first place. They all look to him. Sure, Spider-Man has used lethal force in the past, but what Carpenter is saying is that once Peter Parker puts his beliefs aside, those that make him who he is, the rest of the universe will follow shortly after. Now, this has only been stated in the comic books as of now, but I think Marvel's stance on Spider-Man is clear. While some of the other heroes in the franchise seem to have a bit of a darker side when provoked, Spider-Man must remain a beacon of hope. I think we've seen that most prominently with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but should Venom come into the picture, things may change. Throughout the comic books and various movie franchises, Spider-Man has been given seriously cool powers, and I think Tom Holland's full potential has yet to be revealed. So far, we've seen Tom Holland's Spider-Man have super strength, durability, super speed, reflexes, spidey senses, and stickiness. However, there are clearly some differences between each Spider-Man across the multiverse. I mean, just in No Way Home, Holland and Garfield's Peters are shocked by Maguire's ability to produce a spiderweb naturally. And let's not forget Miles Morales' ability to turn invisible. And that's not even scratching the surface of the abilities we've seen Spider-Man have in the comic books. Night vision, communication with spiders, super healing, body transformation, and venom blast are all examples of the various abilities that Spidey has been given in the comics, and I can't wait to see which of them are adapted for the big screen in the MCU. Throughout the various changes that the MCU has undergone, Spider-Man has remained a constant, a reminder of what was before Thanos and before the new era of heroes. The original Avengers are gone, and to be honest, I don't think any one member of the new Avengers stands out enough to take their place. Spider-Man is the only hero who has the potential, the morals, and the powers to take the place of the MCU giants like Iron Man and Captain America. When can we expect to see him next? Well, Spider-Man Brand New Day is set to release next summer, supposedly taking place 3 years after the events of No Way Home, while Miles Morales' next project, Beyond the Spider-Verse, will swing into action in 2027. And of course, with the announcement of Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, Spider-Man will no doubt have a massive role in the upcoming Avengers movie, Doomsday. So, what did you think of these Spider-Man theories? Do you think Spider-Man is set up to be the MCU's ultimate hero? Was it a good idea to make Garfield and Maguire's Spideys canon in the MCU? Will we be seeing more of them in the future? What's the chance Miles Morales will be joining the MCU in Beyond the Spider-Verse? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more theories just like these. Thanks again for watching ScreenRant, and I'll see you in the next one.